All right, today we got a 2013 Volkswagen CC. I think this may be the sport model if I'm not mistaken, but it did come with the CD player and factory screen. So the first steps to getting this screen out is we need to unclip this panel right here. That's over top of the radio, and behind this should be 4 T20 torque screws. So I'm gonna use my panel removal tools and let me get to it. That should be pretty simple. Clips pop out like so. Do it on both sides. You should be able to take this out the way. All right, let me use one more hand to get this off, but you get the gist of it. All right, so we'll be installing the 10-inch Android radio with a backup camera and a dash cam. We got all the wires we need, everything to go with it, CAN bus box. And the tools we're gonna need today are a Phillips head screwdriver. Manual one like this will work. You'll also need a T20 torque bit and panel removal tools. So you'll need some connectors as well. Quick splices are my favorite for the camera connections. So let's get into it. All right, once you get that removed, you gotta disconnect the hazard light button, and it should just be a push pin on top. See right there. So we get in there and just push the top of that. It should slide out. See this little tab right here? Sorry. See this little tab here? We just push that down and pull out. It should come straight off just like that. Boom. Whole piece removed. Now you got your T20s. Go ahead and hit those. So let me get all 4 of these out for you, and then I'll show you the radio connections in the back. All right, so with all your T20s removed, you could slide this out. The backing on the radio is pretty long, so I suggest putting down something to protect the gear shift. We look back here. You got your antenna connectors on that side, and then you got a quad core harness for the radio. So for the quad core, you gotta push the piece down at the top and it'll slide straight off like that. And for this, it's a quad lock, I'm sorry. You just pinch this at the top and slide it back and it'll come out. And for the antennas, you want to slide these at the top, slide that piece back, and that'll come off. And for this one at the bottom, flip this upside down like that, and slide this. Do the same thing. Slide this silver piece off. That'll come straight off like that too. Boom. All right, now for the connections. The main connector, we'll be using the quad lock one, not the 3 input one on that side. So it comes with it connected already. I would disconnect this side and we're gonna hook it up to the quad lock side, because this will be, looks like power and illumination. Key 1 and key 2 for the steering wheel controls is disconnected at the moment, so once we get it in, we'll figure that out. This white connector here will go into this side of the CAN bus, and as usual, we got our amp control connector that'll go on the back of the head unit, the reverse camera connector that'll go in the back of the head unit as well. The GPS antenna that'll connect in the back of the head unit. The antenna adapter for the radio go in the back of the head unit. These two USB connectors will go in the back of the head unit. One of these will be connected to the dash cam, and the other one we'll use for wired CarPlay. It could also be used for USB charging, etc. So let me get this hooked up first. Let me get all this connected in the car, and then I'll show you what we're doing. All right, so before we put the radio in, we're gonna run the dash cam wire first. So start by popping this side off. It's a little notch right here at the bottom. You just stick your pry tool in there and pop it out, and that should come out like that. And then we'll need to drop the wire from the top. So what I'm thinking is, if we pop this panel off here, it may be possible to run it behind this trim, because we can go through here, get it behind the trim, and run it through here and just maybe come out of this cut. So, or maybe come down through this cut and then come out through that hole. So let me do some more playing around, and then I'll show you guys the route that I take to get this dash cam wired through. All right, guys, so we took the trim off of the dash, right? Just had some clips in the back, as you can see where they popped in. So just take a pry tool and work your way carefully around that. So now we're gonna hit these T20s to kind of drop this tan dash. They give us some space to run the wire through, and then hopefully we can pull the wire through this hole right there. And we'll need to take this trim off here, and then we'll start working on this trim. We might not even need to take it off. We might be able to just pry it off, because it's an airbag right here, so you gotta be careful. Just pry it off lightly and just tuck the wire down so it runs down and get it to come through here. So it's another T20 right here we probably all have to hit to kind of drop this down. But yeah, I don't know, maybe there's a hole right through there as well, so I might be able to pass the fish tape through there. Not quite sure yet, but we'll work it out. All right, so we are gonna drop this dash a little bit. So you got a T20 here, there. And up here you gotta remove, and down here you gotta remove. So then you're gonna drop this little compartment right here, and to get this all the way down, it's gonna be two tan pieces at the top that stop it from coming all the way down. Just push those back so this falls under it. Push those back like that. Get them. And that'll just drop. I had already disconnected it, but these two hooks right here, they're there. You can literally just pull it out that way and it'll come off. And it's gonna be one more right here. I don't know if there's a 20 on that. Yeah, another 20 right here. Take this off and we should be able to drop this at least slight enough to get the wire through. So let me get this off and we'll keep it. All right, for the dash cam, it comes with a little sticky on it. Take the sticky off, right? And then what we do is you run the wire up and you pull down on the ceiling part and tuck the wire behind, as you can see. And we just pop this off slightly enough to get some space. And what I'm gonna do is, after I finish tucking through the ceiling part, we're gonna run it down and come down through here and run it all the way down. And then we got the dasher loose, and we'll run it across the dash through this side. So again, like I said, we got it tucked behind here, and it's ran. I brought it across. I don't know if you can see it, but as you can see, the black wire runs all the way down, and it comes out here. So now that we've made it down here, we're gonna go behind this tan, right? Come through, and then we're gonna put our fish tape through the other side and connect it out through the fish tape. So I'll show you once I get the fish tape through successfully. And well, actually, nah, we're gonna run it behind this 10 piece. So get it through here, and then we're gonna run it through there to the side and hopefully get it through. All right, guys, so we got it down through. As you can see, it's pulled through here. Tucked behind, you can see the wire. Tucked behind, we went behind this 10 piece here, right? So I went behind that and through this hole, we got our USB connection. So we got the dash cam done. We can go ahead and now I like to run the camera wire before I put the radio in, and then that way we can test everything at one time. So now for the camera wire, should we go driver side or passenger side? Since we kind of already got the driver side tore apart, let's just go that way. So yeah, we're gonna bring the camera wire the same way through we did the dash cam, through the rocker panel, all the way through the back, through this rocker panel, back behind the seat. I need to drop the seat back. Come through here, probably go under the carpet. Once we make it under the carpet to the back, we'll shoot it back here and mount it there. So yeah, let's do that. All right, guys, like I said, for the camera wire, we're going under the rocker panel, right? All the way through this rocker panel. You don't even have to take this up. You can literally just tuck it straight under. Make sure you tuck it under the seat and get it through there so you don't see it, and you can still be able to move the seatbelt without the wire coming up. And it's like a little joint here for the seat. Make sure you tuck the wire under that joint, and then tuck it under the joint and then go under the carpet. So once you go under the carpet, tuck here. So take all the carpet parts out. As you can see, I took the top part off and the bottom part. Take that off so you can expose the body of the car. And then you go under, and it's gonna be a T20 here. Take this T20 off, tuck the wire behind that, and then put the T20 back down. And then that way, you can just tuck this under the carpet here so you don't see it like that. Then you can just pull it straight. And as you can see, you don't see any wire at all. And it's secured back there. So see that? Keep coming. Come all the way down here and through there. And then next, we'll need to take this piece off so we can see some exposed chassis to the back here. And what we'll do is we'll drill a hole either behind the plate or up here to run the camera wire through, and that's where we'll connect it. And then I'll show you how to wire it up once we get everything mounted. All right, guys, so what we did was we drilled a hole, as you can see, right behind the camera, put a grommet on it, passed the wire through here. So I tried to get through here at first, but it's like a double metal piece and it was a little too hard to get through. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna notch this part so this lays flat in here and we can still put the weather strip down flat. So we're gonna notch that, and then we're gonna connect the trigger wire from the video feed to the power wire of the camera, and then we're gonna grab the power from the front, and I'll show you how to do that. So let me get this all finished back up, put this back on, and yeah, I'll show you how to wire it up. All right, so antenna, like I said, quad lock cable. Camera wire will go to the brown. That should be the backup signal. Now the screen, you gotta take this out to put the hazard light in. So on the back part, it's like two little clips. You pop those out, and then it should push straight out. And then we'll swap it over. And yeah, we'll give it a test. All right, so this doesn't have the screw holes in it, so you need to take these metal tabs off and put them on a new screen here, and that should lock it in place for you. So let me get these off and keep moving. All right, so we got the radio in, testing sound.
Sometimes we're just not happy.
Got sound. Test the backup camera. Camera works. What else? Oh, all right. So to set up the dash cam, right? It's not plug and play. What you have to do is you have to go to Files, and then you'll find the it'll say car USB drive, right? So we'll click this, and we have to install this APK. So it'll ask you, do you want to install this? And you hit install. Let it do its thing. After it's finished, as you can see, app installed, we'll hit open, and it should pop up showing us what's in front of us, and we'll grant it permission. And as you can see, yep, we'll toggle that on. Let's go back. So now we should be able to see the camera. We go to HD car DVR. Yep. And as you see, we can see what's in front of us. It doesn't, I didn't put the SIM card in it yet. As you see, it goes right there on the side. So I'll put that in real quick, but everything seems to be working. The screen is pretty clear. It has a little thing on the top. That's what's making it look so crazy, but I'll take that off. But everything seems to be working how it should. I think they'll be happy with the install. We can change this 2 miles per hour. Yep, if you hold it, it'll change it to miles per hour. Yeah, so this is good. I'll put all the wires and stuff back, double check the CarPlay, and I think everything should be fine. For the wiring in the back, let me turn it off so I can just show you guys. Yes, and it does show the AC on the screen as well. We'll change the units to kilometers. I mean to Fahrenheit. I'll show you how to do that as well. Oh, and we got to test the steering wheel buttons. But as you can see, everything goes in the back how it should. Camera all the way to the left if you're looking down at it, and you just hook the camera wire straight up like that. And like I said, the trigger wire from the camera will go to the brown wire coming from the main harness, and that gives you power to the camera. We got the 2 USB connections. This is a data cable that comes from the harness also that needs to plug in right beside the bigger harness, and then you put the bigger harness in there. And we also put a microphone up here for him as well. So let's double check the buttons, see if those are working. I don't see anything going on. Okay, let me check those out real quick. Be right back. All right, I think it was just because the screen was off. I mean, the power was off to the camera. So yeah, the buttons are definitely working.
Yes, 91.9. Always encouraging.
Without any setup also. So that's pretty cool. Yep. Let's see if it'll change the channels. Yeah, Bluetooth buttons working. So yeah, buttons working too. So I like it. I'm happy with this for sure. So let me put it back together and I'll show you what it looks like. Push back in with everything put back in. And if the radio doesn't turn off when you open the doors, just disconnect these 2 connectors and that'll put you back right. So you don't need this connection actually. You can leave those unplugged. But other than that, everything's working. All right, guys, here's the finished product. Looking nice. Got all our apps. Backup camera is super clear. Shows when the door is open. As you can see, driver's side door open. It shows the AC controls as well. We will change those. I'll show you how to change those actually right now. So if we go to settings and we to car settings, setting the car. Okay, so not there. Go to factory settings. Your factory password will be 48. Come out of there. And we'll go to protocols, not protocol settings, but parameter settings. And then in the parameter, temperature unit. Let's see, it's in Celsius. Change that to Fahrenheit. Just to double check. That's good. So now, when we turn the AC on, okay. Vehicle speed unit, miles. Okay, so we'll reboot. And that should do everything, but it's working how it should. I'm happy with it, guys. So let me know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you got any questions. You know, I always try my best to help. Thanks for tuning in for another one, and stay tuned for the next.